Hey guys, it's Miss Moravitz. First, I want to let you know that I really miss you a lot and I hope that everything is going well for you. I wanted to take just a couple of minutes and go over some of the Google Classroom things that I'm seeing consistent problems with. And you'll have this video that you can refer back to anytime you need to. So let's get started and go over some of these things. First of all, we're going to start on our classroom website, the mysciencerockstars.weebly.com. I believe you're still working in Unit 9, which is right here. If you want to go back and you want to watch the Zoom that we did with Max Spindler, you can go here and do that. But Unit 9 is right here. And remember, we have our today agenda if you want to go look at that, or the word wall that has all the vocabulary on it. It says your STEM Scopes assignments are available online. Please continue completing the priority and supplemental assignments from the district as noted in Google Classroom. Lesson 2 is the lesson that I scored this week, and you'll be receiving some feedback on that. The Quizlet vocabulary is here that you can go look at. You can still go do any of these articles on Achieve 3000. And here are lots of Nearpods and videos that you can do that will help you in your understanding of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells and classification of organisms. I want to spend the majority of time talking about our assignments on your fine arts science class, and I'm going to do that by going to classwork, and I want to go over just a couple of things with you. I want to take a look back at each one of the ones that had priority and supplemental assignments and help you understand what things might be missing, because some of you I turned things back to and you had not completed them for one reason or another. So what I want to do is show you how to make sure you completed those things. And we started back here on, it looks like the week of March 30th through April 3rd is the first time that we had an assignment like this. And I'm going to do it this way so that you can see the actual document. I need to pause this for just a moment. All right, we're going to open up the document for that week just so you can see how it works. And we've gone over this, and I tried to be really specific in the instructions, but I think some people have missed some of this, so I want to make sure that everybody understands exactly what to do. All right, here in our science section right here, for this week right here, there were no extra things that you needed to do there. You might have had things in your other parts of the assignment, but you didn't have any for science. So let's go to another week. Let's check this one and see if you had something you had to do in there. You can always click right over here. If you don't want to look at the whole document, you can click on those and it will take you directly to that lesson. All right, so science on this one. Here's something to fill in. Okay, anytime you see anything in red, that means that you need to type in your answers in here. So you can just click here, you can type here, and you can also click over here and you can type here. And then when you're done, you make sure that you submit the assignment. And several of you, I've returned these back to and said that you need to complete the chart or something like that. And that is how you do that. These charts are super easy. You just go in there and you type in them. So on this week's, which week was it? Let's go back and see what week we were talking about here. That was for the week of April 6th through April 10th. You need to make sure that you have done that chart. I also made a smaller PDF that might have been a little easier for you to fill in. All right, next, for the week of April 13th through the 17th. Let's take a look at that document. We'll open it up and go to, again, you click on Lesson 1 for Science, and then you can click on the link right below it. All right, on this one, you have a one-sentence summary. So you would type your sentence here, just like that. And then you have this chart down here, and you would just click there and you would type here into the chart and in each one of the little sections. So again, several of you had this returned to you because you didn't either complete the sentence, the chart, or both. So you're going to want to make sure you go back and do that. So I can give you all kinds of extra credit for getting all that done. All right, now this week's was April the 20th through the 24th. And let's click on our document for this week. In the document this week, you had a fill in the blank that you needed to do. And that fill in the blank is actually what was being scored for, okay, you have scores right here that you need to put in on this quiz is. Just put your first attempt here, type your grade here, type your grade here, type your second attempt grade here, type your grade here. All right, and then also right down here you have some fill in the blanks. You're going to use the words eukaryotic, prokaryotic, or nucleus in each one of these. All right, so you would just type your answers. Remember, anything in red is where you type. Several of you did not complete this, and this is the part that's being evaluated on the rubric on the new grading system. So you need to make sure that you go in and you complete this section right here. You still need to do the other assignments, but this is the part that you're going to get the major amount of feedback on. So make sure that you take care of that. All right, I'm going to give you a glimpse of the coming week. You do not have access to it yet. You won't have access to it until Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to show you something that I did a little bit differently to help you. For science, instead of the entire document being attached, what I did was I made a smaller version of it that only has the science on it. So you're not looking at everything on this document, you're just looking at the science part. All right, notice that it has just science, and it does have some red on it, some things that you're going to have to fill in. Notice that you are probably going to have to open it with Google Docs, which is fine. It'll say open with up here, and it doesn't show it on mine right now, but it'll say open with, and then you open it with Google Docs, and then you can type on the screen just like you would ordinarily do on the assignment in general. If I see that it's having issues, I'll go back and I'll fix that before Monday. But I'm going to try to limit it to where you only have this one little section that you're looking at instead of getting maybe a little overwhelmed with looking at everything. And this, all you have to turn in for me on each one of these is the science part. But you'll need to go to English Language Arts and turn in that part. You'll need to go to math and turn in that part, and social studies and turn in that part to each one of your individual Google Classrooms. So again, I will make sure that this document is very easy for you to use next week. But again, you do not have access to it until Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So relax. If you don't see it there, it's all right. You don't need to have access to it yet. You guys, some of you are really working hard and getting things turned in. Some of you haven't turned anything in. I'm going to post this video on the website and make sure that you have access to it. I'm going to stick it right here above the Today agenda so that you can see the Google Classroom part. and that will give you just a little bit of extra help if you're having difficulty figuring out how to do your assignments. At this point, I'm going to stop this video. You guys can go back and watch any parts of it. Remember, if you have questions, you can send me comments on the class stream, on the assignment, or it would be quicker and easier if you sent a dojo message or a remind message, because those things are a little bit quicker for me to access sometimes because I'm not always on Google Classroom. We will not, well, I don't know if we'll have our Zoom this evening or not. We probably will not be able to do so. I'm having some internet difficulties and they will be fixed by next Wednesday, but I'm not going to have access this evening. I will try my best on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week to have some internet set up until they fix my main internet on Wednesday. But I will probably not be Zooming with you this evening. And this is Friday, and it's about 3 o'clock right now. If I can make it work, I will. If not, I'm sorry that we'll miss out on this one. But again, you can email, you can send messages on Google Classroom, or you can send me Dojo or Remind messages, and those would be the quickest way to get to me if you need help. All right, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I miss you very much. You have no idea how much I miss you. And I hope that you are working and learning and still accomplishing great things. You guys have a great weekend.